Good evening. Hope I find you well. Night time has drawn in. The busy day is over. Had a nice walk today. Keep you fit, doesn't it? The sun came out for a bit, but then my cousin paid me a visit, and by the time that I went out, the sun had decided to disappear. And anyways, I had a walk. I was able to do the Holy Rose to the Chapel of Mercy on me walk there this afternoon. Uh, it's a good thing to be able to do these things, isn't it? You know, you But I was talking to a friend last night, trying to actually organise a machine that you're able to take payments from people that are want to pay by credit card, and you can give them a receipt. Now I'd be kind of travelling around. Now it won't be before Christmas, of course, but please God, in the new year, I'll be travelling around, which I go quite a few places. Uh, about the Christian TV Ireland project. But so, in order to try and improve the donations, I'd have a little machine that will be able to person will be able to pay by credit card. Now they can pay by direct debit, which is the best. But if they want to pay by credit card, there's a system, an international system that does it, but they make a charge. But this way, there won't be a charge, except that I might have to pay a little charge, which I don't mind, but the person themselves won't. And the payment then will go in, and I'll be able to give them a receipt. This machine. But once you see my friend was doing it, you could do with this thing called Team Viewer. He'd be able to, and he's good. But when you see the word shipping, you have to go through many hoops. They want to know this, that, and the other, and it doesn't matter what you come out with. By the time you're finished, and they're sending you a text to your phone, so I'm talking on the phone, they have to turn it off and get the whatever the password they've sent, and the wind up, we weren't able to do it. But in the meantime, he told me about something about what was happening in Dublin. There was trouble, fires. So my cousin then called today, so I got the background to it. Apparently, a man from Albania. Now, what he was doing here is a mystery to us all, but he was here. What did he come from Albania for to do what he did? He stabbed a couple of children in national school in Parnell Square in Dublin. And a teacher as well, I think one of the children was more or less seriously injured. And apparently, it affected those that whatever they're at. The next thing is there was fires and all sorts of trouble in the city. And my cousin was telling me that that's how it happened, that's how it started, because of that, like. And it's just fed up with all the foreigners coming, and some of them, there was a teacher murdered there. She was out for a little run or something, and I don't know if it was in a Scotty or somewhere like that. And another foreigner from some other neck of the woods murdered her. He was on a bicycle, and he was supplied with a house in the town and had 5 children. I don't know whether he was married or what, and he did that. So there was other episodes. I know in Navan there was a foreigner, a Polish man, murdered his wife, and she was working in Lidl, I think. A good woman, and 2 children, and murdered them, and I think murdered himself in an apartment in Navan. That happened a few years ago. So there was other episodes happened as well, if I remember rightly, that caliber. So they've let in a lot of people without checking their backgrounds or anything. And some people even arrive without passports. So they want to do something about it. And apparently then my cousin was telling me that the Minister for Justice Miss McEntee, was on the television about it. The Gardaí seemed to be ill prepared. They didn't even have water cannons or anything. And but she made a statement that was be very difficult to get charged to get some convictions because she said they would be arrested and tried and jailed. Well, you can't say things like that. That interferes with the legal end of it, and the Minister of Justice should have known better. This is what the cousin was telling me. So I don't be bothered. Listen, I don't look at RTE. I only look at EWTN. So I just mentioned that in passing. I don't really know what's going on unless it's just a pure fluke that was talking. The cousin then would have told me when he called today. He doesn't call every day, but he calls a bit of news. So I got the background. So Dublin has gone a very peculiar place, and his brother was ringing him and said to him, apparently they're marching in Tel Aviv for peace in Dublin. I suppose, humour. Um, but the Gardaí seem to be ill prepared, and apparently they haven't enough money to do whatever it is. And Gardaí are returned now as soon as they come to the 30 years or whatever it is, and they're not staying on because I don't think they have the proper equipment that they need to have to protect us. They closed a couple of army barracks, and the army might have needed to be called out. I think this crowd is running the country at the moment. They're spending billions on a hospital in the worst part of the country that you could imagine. James Street, a children's hospital. Instead of building it down the country somewhere that people go get to that visit. How can you get to visit James Street? Sure, you can't even go next nor near it. Disgraceful. And then so we're not protected by this crowd. I want to wake up wherever nonsense they're suffering from. And but we won't go into that. I don't be bothered any of that. I know Dublin is not as good as it was in my day. Beautiful city. They've destroyed it. Now, we're talking about Blessed Alexandria. Come across this and I'll be getting books. Apparently they're €2. And there's a place established in Ireland years back, a society for she's blessed. That should be a saint. She's lovely looking. Look, there she is. She's grand, Portugal. I just read, and I read a bit yesterday. I'll read another little bit. Although she was never able to visit the site of the apparitions of our Blessed Lady at Fatima, Alexandria's extraordinary story has many connections to the Fatima events, and our message is essentially the same. Do penance, sin no more, pray the rosary. Oh, that's a great gift that our Blessed Mother passed on down them years. I think Saint Dominic or Saint Francis, I don't know which of them, started this, and then Blessed or Saint Foucault is another famous rosary priest that did it as well. And we had a great father, Patrick Peyton, venerable. He'd be going on for sainthood. The family that prays together stays together. It was the rosary. Yeah, I say it every day. Saint Rosa received the Eucharist, that going to Mass. Because of this, she has been described as the fourth seer of Fatima, inverted commas. One can point to miraculous occurrences in the lives of all the saints, but Alexandrina herself became a living miracle, for in the last 13 years of her lovely little life, God bless her, she ate and drank absolutely nothing, existing on the Holy Eucharist alone, and doctors couldn't believe it. Isn't that extraordinary? Isn't that a miracle? Jesus visited her too. Anyways, we won't jump it. Pope John Paul II said the following about Alexandria in his homily in our beatification ceremony in 2004. What a great Pope we had, Saint Pope John Paul II. Do you love me? Jesus asks Simon Peter, who replies, Yes, Lord, you know that I love you. The life of Blessed Alexandria, Maria du Costa, can be summarized in this dialogue of love. Permeated and burning with the anxiety of love, she wished to deny nothing to her Saviour. With a strong will, she accepted everything to demonstrate her love for him. A spouse of blood, she mystically relived Christ's passion and offered herself as a victim for sinners. Receiving strength from the Eucharist, the Holy Eucharist, this became her only source of nourishment for the final 13 years of her young life. God bless her. With the exile, I'll be visiting that wherever she is in Portugal. I never heard of this lady until I read this. Example of the Blessed Alexandrina expressed in the trilogy: suffer, love, make reparation. Christians are able to discover the stimulus and motivation to make, in inverted commas, make noble all that is painful and sad in life through the greater evidence of love, sacrificing one's life for the beloved secret of holiness, love for Christ. Isn't it beautiful? I heard another little story about that today. I'll mention it tomorrow. Um, we leave it at that. I think we have enough there to nourish ourselves and do us good. This is the sort of thing that nourishes the soul. Don't be bothered wasting your time looking at RTA. Look at EW10 or something good, because that nourishes your soul. The other stuff will only put years on you. I don't look at it, thanks but God. I don't have to. As a mummy Todd, I can do please myself in that area. Bye now, and I'll be singing a few hymns.